Good Day Collectors is Caring Drive Diecast, continuing with the Jeep series of reviews. After reviewing Hot Wheels first, then the Matchbox, and then the Majorette version, I've come to the Tomica Jeep Wrangler version. This is different from the other ones because this is a four-door version. The others were two doors versions. That was the Matchbox one, the Majorette ones. Hot Wheels was also four-door version, but then it's a Baja, so you can't really count that. So let's start with the base first. So Tomica also mentions the scale on its castings. This is 1:65 scale. So slightly, very slightly smaller than 1:64 scale. So this is Jeep Wrangler. I think the copyright date is 2015. So I think again there's model years is between say 2013 and 2015 only, and some trademark things. And this one is made in Vietnam. The Matchbox is made in Thailand. So is the Majorette, Thailand, if you can see at the bottom. Hot Wheels, like most of the castings, are made in Malaysia. That's interesting. And I have a Siku one also, which is made in Germany, I guess, or somewhere else. Maybe most companies have. This has done some real off-roading actually. So let's get back to the review of the Tomica Jeep Wrangler. So looking at the scale, it says 1:65 scale, but I don't have a four-door version from premium casting. But I think it's small because it's smaller than 1:64, but looks smaller because this is a jacked up version with high suspension. So if you compare it with the two-door version by Greenlight, the Greenlight one looks really tiny, but again the wheelbase is shorter and it's a two-door version. So let's start with the review. This is a really sweet casting. I really like it. And let's look from this side. Yeah, nice dark military green color. First of all, the color is great, and best part of this mainline casting is they have different wheel rims. Otherwise Tomica has those generic four slot kind of wheel rims, or some chromed out wheel rims, which like the original Hot Wheels 5SP ones. Those are really boring. But I love Tomica castings. Except the wheel rims are boring, and here they have really done the wheels well. I'll give the rating for this casting already. This is 9 out of 10 for me. Yeah. This is the sweetest mainline Tomica casting, I would say. Looking at the side, it has got all the details: door handles, the moldings for the latches, the grooves are nice and deep for this. And the costing for this is like Hot Wheels and Matchbox are similar. Majorette is a little more expensive than them, and this is slightly more expensive than even the Majorette one. So you can say almost value for money for some castings, but some of the mainline ones are really boring in terms of the wheel choices they have and the price they charge. Yeah. So yeah, nice four-door Jeep. Yeah, full-size Jeep. This one looks the part actually. And this also has an opening part, which I'll show, like the Greenlight one. And nice hub kind of wheel rim, which is there in four-wheel drive vehicles. And this has some bolts as well. This wasn't marked. This I've done with the black permanent marker, so that gives a bit more definition to this. And nice threaded tires, which are again plastic. So yes, nice light gray, really contrasts well with the black tire, and that's enhances the look of the vehicle from the side. And then here the stance looks great. Wheel size is nice. looks in proportion to the vehicle, and most of the details will be great, as I've already given my rating 9 out of 10. Yeah, this piece generally, most of the Tomica castings have blackened rear window piece. Here this third window piece is also blackened. It's not plastic piece, transparent plastic like for the windows, and that's something that Tomica does. That's a quirk by them, which is okay. Rear windows don't matter much. So, and let's look at the front and rear wheel arches. They are cast into the metal. They are not okay. The Matchbox one I am looking at, yeah, it is plastic, which is part of the interior piece, and the Majorette one was also cast into metal, but I think it would have looked better if it was blackened. And the Hot Wheels one has nice tread, again part of the base it was, but that's a Baja version. Okay, yeah, nice fenders, but they're blackened it, which again enhances the look. You can see the side footstep, which is also nicely done, which is part of the black base. Moving on to the front, Tomica gives the basic details just like Majorette. It has done the headlights, and just let me zoom in. The Jeep logo is there, really small. Most of the logos in other castings are a little bigger, although this is a 1:62, 1:60, sorry. But this is really true to scale, and they give some really small tampos for logos and sponsor logos, and this is really sharp as well. Actually, super work by Tomica. And there's some molding for the indicator lamps. The grill is also pretty deep, yeah. So it's all about the molding. If you compare it to the, okay, yeah, I wanted to show, this looks a little bit ugly, sorry, but yeah, this had some ribbed effect for the grill. I tried my hand again. I used a black permanent marker, but this has turned it even more ugly. Although the headlight with the chrome pen looked better, and I added the tail lights as well, red color for the tail lights, which looks nice. So from a 7, I have turned it into a 7.5. Although the grill looks ugly, I don't know how could I have done it better, because it didn't have any depth to it. It's just a ribbed piece and on a flat surface, so it was a little difficult. I couldn't do it neatly. Maybe, I don't know, I'll try and refine it, but let's focus on this. A really deep grill on this one, really nicely done. And front bumper piece protrudes out a lot. If they could have added a winch over here, that would have been great, but yeah, that's asking too much for a mainline casting. And the front area, bash plate area is fine. There's a rivet over here, so it's not a complete piece, but that's okay. Coming to the hood, it has the mandatory Jeep latches, which is nice, and latches here for the hood as well. Okay, let's see if it was there in the, okay, there were some latches here on the hood on the Matchbox one as well. I think I missed it earlier, and on the Majorette one as well. And the Hot Wheels didn't have, whether this a totally different Baja kind of version. And the Seiko also has some details. I think compare the Seiko also in this video, because otherwise I'll be too many videos. Yeah, nice details over here on the hood, front cowl details. No wiper markings in this casting. All other castings had some wiper markings, so that's a miss there by Tomica. On this side, we have a marking for the fuel cap, which is the only difference from the other side. And the body piece for this excuse me, mainline casting is the rear roof top comes off like in the real Jeep, and you can see it's a little dusty, I think. some details, and nice roll cage over here, and this is for the piece to slot in. Yeah, nice roll cage, and yeah, you can see the seats, and you won't be able to see in the camera, but you can see the steering wheel and some details over here as well. So that's a nice detail there by Tomica, and it's not cut out straight from here. Okay, they made some effort on this casting. Yeah, this is a really sweet casting. I think I ordered 2 or 3 pieces of this. I liked it so much. Okay, yeah, so let's put the roof back on. One thing I missed, Tomica comes in these nice cute little boxes like the original Matchboxes, and they have some numbering which they repeat as well for it'll be used for some other casting a year or two later. So they are mostly similar, but like for the Jeep the box was a bit thicker, and they mentioned the scale as well for most castings. So that's a regular Tomica box. I just wanted to show you that, and these are usually made in Vietnam, I believe. Yeah, and it was seen on the base of the casting. Yeah, made in Vietnam. So just wanted to show that. Sorry for digressing. Okay, let's move on to the rear then with the roof off. So this piece is not plastic, transparent plastic. So this is a part of this plastic piece. So since this is a removable one, so there it's just a black piece, which is fine. You can say it is a tinted window, and they're given the tail light details. So basic details are there. That's why I love Tomica, and nice details for the rear latch for the swing door, and the door handle for the swing door, and then there's the latches over here for the window piece to open as in the Jeep. Yeah, and then there's a spare wheel cover with the big Jeep logo.